This is Tina Clark, computer teacher, and we're going to start a new topic today, talking a little bit about use of electronic devices and finding better balance in our life with that. So here we go. First, I want to start off by saying that I took a presentation from Common Sense Education website, and I adapted it. I made some changes in it for our own purposes here, but I do want to give credit to Common Sense website because they are the ones that have some of this curriculum for digital literacy. So here we go. Device-free moments. Media balance and well-being. We need to find a balance in our digital lives. We can't just be on our tablets all the time. That's not good for us. And in this presentation, where I refer to a device, I am talking about devices like tablets, computers, or phones. This does not apply to communication devices. If you are using an electronic device to communicate, that is something that you should be using all the time because you want to be able to talk all the time. So in this presentation, I am just referring to tablets, computers, or phones that you're using like for leisure time or just like for kind of casual communication, not necessarily something that you use to communicate. That's a dedicated communication device, like a Tobii Dynavox or something. So this presentation does not apply to communication devices. Okay, here we go. There are times when it would be better not to be using a device, excuse me, such as a phone, computer, or tablet. We're going to talk about what those times might be. We're going to talk about why it can be harmful to be using devices too much, and we are going to talk about ways to balance your time so that you are not on your device too much. Why is it important to have device-free moments in our lives? I'm going to let you think about that a little bit. You can pause the video and think about that why is it important? We know it is important, but why? What could happen if you don't have device-free moments in your life? What would happen if you spent all your time on a device? Now, I realize during this pandemic, it might be difficult not to be on your device because during this pandemic, you have been restricted to not doing certain things. You can't go outside as much. You can't go places very much. So I know that some of you are relying on your devices more. And some of that's okay, but there definitely is a balance which can also be applied during this pandemic. So, some harmful effects of too much screen time could include weight gain. Sitting around using a device gives you less time to be physically active. If you're less physically active, you might gain weight or you might eat more. I have to admit that when I'm on my device too much, I want to go out to the kitchen and get something to eat while I'm on my device, and so that's not good. Also, a harmful effect of too much screen time could include eye strain. Look at this guy over here. He has red veins in his eyes. Your eyes could get tired more easily, or you could have blurry vision. Sleep problems. The light from screens can make it difficult to sleep. So before bedtime, it's a good idea to put your device away a half an hour or so before bedtime so that you can get to sleep a lot easier. Here's a person who's not sleeping well. Social problems. You might be spending less time with friends if you're on your device too much. Excuse me. You could be neglecting your friends. Yeah, you could use your device to communicate with friends, but if possible, it's good to be face-to-face with your friends. Again, I realize during this pandemic, it's hard to be face-to-face with lots of friends due to social distancing. But, when the pandemic is over, this is still going to be an issue with spending too much device time and not seeing your friends. So it is good to be able to see friends face-to-face without a device. It is not okay for people to text and drive at the same time. That is kind of a given. I know a lot of you out there aren't driving yet, but we hear about stories of people in the news, people who are driving and they picked up their phone and they're texting and they get in a bad accident. And so we know it's not okay for people to be on their device and drive at the same time. That's kind of an extreme example. But we're going to talk about, in these next few slides here, we're going to talk about some words that can help explain why there are times when it would be better to not be using a device. So this is a picture of what not to do. This girl should not be driving and texting. Distraction, that is a key word here. So distraction means something that keeps you from giving your full attention to something. So a device, an electronic device, can be a distraction that keeps you from paying attention. That girl should be paying attention to driving, not her phone. So attention is noticing something or someone as important. So look at this person. They're on their laptop, but along comes a friend. And it looks like this person is taking their eyes off their laptop and looking at their friend and giving their attention to their friend. So, if you were on your laptop and a friend comes along, put your laptop away, put your device away, pay attention to your friend. Or if it's your parent or a staff, put your device away, put your attention on the person in front of you. Safety. There are times when you or someone else's safety could be at risk. Look at this girl. She is crossing the street while being on her phone. Look, here comes a taxi that wants to drive, and she's walking right in front of that car. That's not okay. So being on your device could jeopardize your safety, especially if you're out learning how to be independent in the community. Crossing a street, you don't want to be on your device when you're crossing a street. Simple respect. There are times when it hurts other people's feelings if you are distracted and not paying attention to them. So look at this guy. He invited a friend over, or maybe vice versa. Maybe this guy invited this friend over, but all this guy's doing is playing on the phone. And look at how it makes this person feel. They are bored and they're sad because this friend is paying more attention to their phone than they are to that person. So if you have a friend that you invited over, make sure to put your phone down, put your iPad or computer down, pay attention to that friend. That's simple respect. Concentration. There are times when you should give your full attention to a specific activity. So some of you are working on learning how to clean. This could be a job someday. These people here in this picture are cleaning. They're mopping, they're vacuuming, they're cleaning windows. Could you be on your device and be doing those at the same time? Well, you could, but you would not be cleaning very well. You would find that you did not do a good job cleaning. So cleaning would require your full attention, your full concentration. Some of you have been in plays. These are kids that are in a play on stage in front of an audience, and you would have to have your full concentration, your full attention on doing your part in a play. You wouldn't be having your device right there, looking at it, while you are concentrating on your lines for a play. So there are definite times when your full attention needs to be given to a specific activity. Sleep. There are quiet times when we're going to sleep, when devices should be put away. So look at that person. They did put their device away. They shut their device off and they're in bed. But it would be nice if that device was actually maybe across the room. Okay, so think of some ideas or things you can do instead of being on your phone, tablet, or computer. Email me with your ideas at tina.clark@lifescapesd.org. In the next video, we will talk about some of these ideas and activities. And I have a little picture there that gives kind of a hint, maybe, of one activity you could do. All right, I'm going to escape out of this. And so on the next video, we're going to think of ideas you can do instead of always being on a device. So I will end the video for today and see you next time.